time the audience should stay relatively quiet so that we can, you know, hear everything and get all of the text that they give. And we'll have for the audience to ask questions. To do that, you need to send Luke, who's sitting there by the camera, your questions in IM first, please, and then we will call on you and you'll ask them in local. Yes, he's raising his hand, like virtually over there. And so pass your questions that you would like to ask the arcade team to Luke, and then we'll call on you and you can go ahead and ask them when your time comes. The other thing we need to know about is sometimes we do the gift giving via subscriber, and sometimes we do it passing it out. That will all depend on the permissions. And for this show, it is going to be passed out. So what that means is that everybody needs to sit and stay still after the show, and Luke will drop the amazing gift on you that the arcade has commissioned and brought for you today. So you need to stay still after the show. That's key. No, getting up and running around like a crazy person. It's hard to drop things on you then. And usually we announce the next Gacha show at the end of the show, which I'm not doing to... Oh, what is that? What's talking in local? Turn that talkie thing off. We usually announce the next Gacha show, but we are going to be taking a 2-month break for a very good reason. We'll have a major announcement in Gachatopia in a couple of weeks about something that's coming up that's really exciting. So, and that's what we have to really concentrate and work on that for the next coming month. So we're not doing another Gacha show probably until like November. I'm sorry, Sanji. You know why I keep mentioning it? It's because I personally have a very hard time keeping a secret, and I've been sitting on this one for a very long time, and it's really starting to get to me. So I'm not trying to like tease or anything. I'm just I'm having a hard time keeping it to myself. Okay. All right. So okay, so let's get started. We have today the amazing group that put together the event that we all go to. We all wait for it, and a lot of us who play Gacha regularly really revolve around this event. It's been going strong now for 2 years. They're coming up on their 2nd year anniversary in September, and we're really excited to have the owners of the arcade here. We've got Pizza here, and Catherine, and Emery. All right. It's very exciting. Yay! All right, well, we've also, probably to the great joy of many of you who come to the shows regularly, we had to write up a nice new set of questions for these guys because it is a little unusual. We're normally up here with a creator, but we really want to get down and figure out how the magic happened. And so let's start off with a simple question. When did you all meet each other? The 3 of you. Okay. Well, huge props for Catherine. Um, oh my gosh, Emery has the voice of an angel. He sings. So you guys met all separately, it sounds, and then sort of came together eventually. And was there, well, you know what, was there anything that you collaborated on before the arcade? Okay, so the three of you kind of got a feel for working together and things like that. And can you remember the moment that the idea was sparked for the arcade? Was it a casual thought, or did it grow into, or did it just come out like a complete concept immediately? Did somebody just say, "I've got this idea, guys"? Oh, this is like good story time. This, you shush, Luke. This isn't about you. All right. So there you are. You've got this, and I understand that feeling very well. You're excited about it. You've got a concept. You're ready to, um, you're ready to execute, and your original idea, were there things like, I'm trying to, for instance, sometimes when Luke and I have an idea, it goes way far off left, and then you have to edit back down to like something reasonable. What are some things, if any, that you originally thought of to do that maybe didn't eventually come to be? So has the original idea changed at all from what the event eventually became? And in that, so with that first 60, I mean, we can see who they were on the site. But did everybody that you invited, did everyone say yes? Like, did they just, everybody, all the creators just kind of see that as a great idea and come right on board? Or did it take some convincing? Yeah, this is Gacha show magic, guys. The answers are flowing. Well, it was just to share a little bit from a consumer standpoint. Well, the very first arcade I happened to miss, but I managed to collect everything. I was, you know what? I didn't miss it. I waited. I found out that it was there. Luke was away. And I waited because at that point we played Gacha together, and it was something where it was just something we did together. So I waited for him without realizing that it ended. I thought it would go on and on and on. And so I waited, and it was the night that you guys closed at like midnight is when he finally got there. And I was like, okay, let's go, finally. And we cry all the time. Yes, we're always crying. And we could, obviously, it was like, TP failed. We didn't get there. But anyway, so we managed to collect everything that we wanted eventually anyway. But the point is that from the standpoint of a customer, this was like really literally finding that arcade when you're on some summer vacation and you hear the sounds of it and you're drawn to it and you enter into that space, and it's so immersive. And I think that you guys did an excellent job at making not just setting out some gacha machines, which anyone can really do. You created an atmosphere within a theme that was completely immersive. It makes you feel like a kid. It makes you feel excited and like you're going on that summer vacation that you had a blast when you were a kid every time. So this is part of what created, I think, such dedicated players that continue to go back and wait to see what everybody is going to do. Yeah, it's just fantastic. Is there any creator who hasn't been in the arcade yet that you wish would say yes because they haven't tried making a gacha yet, or they're just not into it, but you really are trying to get them to, come in, give it a try? Oh yes, RC Cluster would be great. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Also, same for me. Okay, so a lot of creators, um, they start to feel the pressure of the arcade, and I'm friends with some of the creators in the event, so I hear that on a personal level, you can you can see it sometimes on Plurk, the way that there's stress and there's, this is to me actually as much as sometimes you hear them and you feel really bad, but it's actually for a creative process. It's really great because it pushes everybody to that level of really going above and beyond, and that friendly creative atmosphere, did that grow naturally? Is that something that you encouraged, or it just kind of bloomed out of the event? Hmm. Absolutely. The hamster is still um, the hamster is still really popular even now. I think people continue to play that machine. Um, so, hmm, I don't know. Yeah, I think that everyone should be able to get coffee. Oh yes, that was my next thing to say, is to please, if you have any questions, I can't take any questions from you. So if you could just direct your IMs to Luke, just let him know what your question is, and then we will ask. I think they're starting to pile up, but we will get to lots of them. I promise. Um, Now let's get into the really good, juicy new stuff. You've moved the arcade to a new dedicated sim with an adjoining homestead for the gallery. Tell us a little bit about how it's been to move the actual build over. Did you face any challenges trying to get that over? And also, did you modify anything? Can we expect anything with regards to the build? Anything new? Oh my God, you left that on one person? Hmm. Oh, good. Oh, that's so exciting. I think, yeah, it's kind of when we first heard about it. Skate park. What skate park is at the end of the pier? What is this? What are you talking about? Oh, okay. I was like, what? There's been skating and disco happening? I didn't know it. Okay. All right. Well, we're excited to see it. And I know that when we first heard that you guys had moved, I felt excited because I always felt that you guys should have your own sim and have it in its own place. And I almost felt like it was growing up, like it was, oh my God, the arcade standing on its own 2 feet and on its own dedicated sim. And I see, because I'm nosy like that, I went and I saw that you named your sims properly, and it is. It's just so cool. I think I know I can't wait to see it, and that's a great move on your part. I think. Um, the build, the build itself, I think you had a point where you went from it being prim to mesh. How many different reincarnations of the arcade build are there? It has. Oh, yeah, no, you can't redo that. Mm-hmm. No, it's one of those things where it doesn't, being old is not a problem for a venue like that, because it's just like as if you went on some beach vacation, you found some old boardwalk. I mean, it's just um, that's part of the intrigue of it. That's great. We're looking forward to it. Again, I'm still getting IMs with questions. If you could please direct your questions to Luke Templar by the camera. Um, he will take your question, and then we will go ahead and ask it to you. I will say that Zen has asked me to ask a question. Yes. Yeah, I'm I'm not sly like that, Zen. I put it all out on the table. But it's a good question, and I hadn't really thought of this because I like the mystery of it, and I also I used to have a blazing crush on this man. But Zen wants me to ask something that is kind of scandalous. Who is Archie? Who's Archie? we oh we are all Archie. You, me, it's everybody. There's a little bit in all of us. That's a hug for Archie. Wow. Archie equals love. Well, as long as we're on the discussion of Archie, sometimes it's difficult for elderly people to move to a new location. Did you have any trouble relocating Archie? Did he was he okay with the move? Yes, sometimes they throw their walkers, they get diarrhea. How did he go? Oh, Archie. Wait a second. So, wait a minute. Is this like breaking news? So you're saying that Archie is not going to be standing in his normal spot now? Is he going to be standing in the same? Oh. He'll stand there and he'll like it. Oh, see that old salt. He's got a house. How cool! I see photo ops. Ooh, I wonder what's in his house. Can you share with us what the setup process is like for the event? Um, when you send out the invitations, and creators RSVP. I'm assuming. So then you have who's going to be in it. And then what happens? Then tell us a little bit about how you organize that many people. That's awesome. Right, it took me a long time to read that. Okay. Well, having a great staff is a big help, and it seems that everybody's very happy to dedicate their time and take care of what needs to be done. So what do each of you, the three of you, contribute to the event with regard to your roles? Is there somebody that spearheads the build, the overseeing the staff, all that kind of thing? What are your roles? Yes, tell me. Oh, awesome. Very, very strong team. All right, let's take a moment to grab your questions. We've got a lot here. All right, well, let's start at the beginning. And we'll take some questions now from the audience. Our first question. First question is from Tokyo Horror. Welcome to the Gacha Show. What's your question, Tokyo? Oh, wow.
Yes.
That's something I think the arcade is really good at, is hitting a lot of different interests. And great question, Tokyo. Thank you for your question. All right, let's see. Next question is from Thea. Hello, Thea. Welcome to the Gacha Show. What is your question? Oh, that's an interesting question. It's going to be back to the good old days, Thea. Yes. Yeah, I did too. I mean, I was not, part of the thing was, having to wait to get your turn, and it also, I think, helped with trading a lot. I think that people who, managed to get in, could do a little trading, and it made it last a little longer. And what don't we want more than to have the arcade last as long as possible? That's the most fun, is when everyone can do their trading. So I'm looking forward to it. I think it's going to be great. Okay, thanks, Thea. Our next question is from Twig. Hello, Twig. Welcome to the Gacha Show. What's your question? That's a great build. All right. Thank you, Twig. Our next question is from Shuki. Welcome to the Gacha Show. What's your question? Yeah, those are like a sleeper item.
Yay! Yay!
Oh, very cool. And are you going to add a September one, the very first round? Because I don't believe you had a plate for that. Because I was, listen, for your information, Luke, I am Snoopy, and I went around and I clicked everything at the event, and that's how I discovered those plates, and that's why I have every single one. Because you have to look around. Everybody hasn't really around at that entrance. You can also find there the best little snacks that have the little arcade emblem on them. All kinds of little things. You have to explore that area. I mean, after you get in and you got your gacha craze, maybe in the last couple of weeks of the month or something, go back and really check that whole build out, because there's a lot of groovy little things to be found. I actually have a question to add to that concerning the pins. So there are going to be any more pins added? More pins. All right, that's all right. I've got my collection. All right, so I think being able to add that September plate is going to be very. I'm going for that. But tell your friends about that, because those plates are not transfer. They're not collectible. Well, they're collectible, but they're not. You can't trade them and stuff like that. And you want to grab those when unless you're changing that. Are you going to make those transfer now, the plates, or are they going to remain no trans and disappear with each round? Okay, so make sure to look for those, and every round just have a look, because you never know, they could add something a little new. I like the little rubber bracelets too. And you gotta get a t-shirt and balloons. God, guys, don't you guys know how to go to an arcade? You gotta get all the crap. Alright. Yeah, the claw machine. There's what? What's that? Oh, there's a little game? We can take home a pelican? Oh my god! Wait a minute. Can we take... Are you saying that I can have a pelican too? Giving me a pelican right now? Okay. I need it all. I want all the stuff. Ah, God. I just wanted a pelican. Alright, back on track. You guys are distracting. Alright, let's go. Who's next? Let's see. Yeah, I want it all. I want it all. Okay. Our next question is from Cool Air. Hello, Cool Air. Welcome to the Gacha Show. What is your question? Oh. Yeah, what do you mean insane? I can tell you the bloodiest one. The bloodiest one was that DRD zombie one. So glad to see them back this round. Oh, that's a good question. I would agree with hamster, but I think there's also been, you know, I mean, I meant to do this. I forgot to do this, but I was going to try and add up all of the items and all of the machines from the very beginning to kind of gauge how many products you guys have dumped into the inventories of people in SL. Because, and then, you know, once we figure out how many items are in each gacha and how many gachas they are, then we can multiply it by, like, I don't know, 25, 100. And, you know, I feel it's safe to say that there's a lot, you know, that probably most anybody that's in SL, you know, that isn't a complete, you know, newborn, probably has something from the arcade in their inventory. And, yeah, Marianne's been looking, God, you've been looking for that for a long time. I see you in a group looking for that. I'm looking forward to you finding that. Somebody must have it. But anyway, what I was going to say is that since the hamsters I think are very, you know, they're popular, they have longevity, people still love them and still use them. But since then, my God, there's been so much. I get, when I, you know, see an older machine, I think about, you know, when it first came out and that wow moment where you're, you looked and you see this really exciting, like, for instance, the, you know, do you remember, was it December 2012, the pilot, Christmas Village? I mean, that was huge. You know, everybody needed that. That pilot who. You know, I think every round has some kind of, the balaclava marching on instrument. Yeah. Yeah, Primrose Cottage. That was the battle cry in trade group. It's got a primrose. I just think every round really brings a new classic and a new favorite, and there's a lot to explore even after the event is over. You know, to go into the stores and find those gachas there. And you know, we always like to at Gachatopia direct people back to the store and, you know, go play the machine. It's fun to find things at yard sales, but there's nothing like just playing the machine and getting that item that you want through gameplay. So thank you, Cool Air. That was a good question. Let's see. Who's next? What a sea of questions here. Okay. Our next question is from Sanji. Hello, Sanji. Welcome to the Gacha Show. What is your question? Yay! So you mean to have people vote for a creator to be invited to the arcade, is what you mean? I like the way you think. I have actually one question to that. With, you know, you had your early access contest on Facebook. I don't use Facebook, so I didn't even enter. But a lot of other events do have, you know, I don't know, maybe more early access opportunities than the arcade. Do you see early access as something that you want to expand on and moving forward, or do you really like to keep a tight lid on that? And can I please have early access? Shh! Oh my God, Luke! That's rude!
Hey.
Yeah! Thank you, Mari! Bows. Smooth like crunchy peanut butter. Yes, well, you know, listen, there's something to be said for having to wait. Mm-hmm. You're so mean to me. You're so mean. Okay. All right. So the arcade is 2 years. That's it for questions, by the way. We're moving on. Thank you, everybody. Thank you for being such an awesome audience. Remember to please stick around. When we're finished, we're going to drop the gift on you. Do not be away. Don't be in auto whatever not their auto respawn thingy, because it'll get bounced, and we're pretty strict about these gifts, because especially when they're trans, people get crazy. Alright, so here we are. We're up to, September 2014, and you guys are 2 years old. You've given us a couple of hints of what we can expect for the round next month, and that would be to take a look for the plates, which are all going to be available. And Archie has a new home, and they're on a new sim, and a gallery. Is there anything else we can expect for the birthday round that you want to reveal to the lovely audience? Anything fun coming up? Birthday parade, giant cake filled with hamsters. Oh! What's the gift? What's the gift? Alright. Mad Stampede for the arcade group. Yeah. 2 gift day. Alright, well that's good. Alright, so stay tuned for that. And also, guys, keep an eye out on the Arcade Flickr group. That group has a lot of previews that are shown, plus it has all kinds of pictures and stuff that users put in there, and you can add your pictures there. You can also check out the Gachatopia Flickr group. I try and keep up on everything, and we do have a lot of information, Gacha information in there for you as well. And also, if you are not in the habit of watching the arcade chat, this is the time that you're going to find Marianne putting out all of the more obscure little whips and stuff from the creators as they're making things, and those are really interesting pictures that don't always make it to Flickr. Those are some things that are just shared, and you want to go ahead and make sure you have chat in that group, and that you can see all of the work that goes into the machines beforehand. Yeah, she really digs deep and collects those and keeps everybody well informed on that stuff, which is a really fun part of the process. You can also check out the arcade's website, and you can see a list of all of the participating creators for the next round. And pretty soon, it almost seems like are you guys? It almost seems like you're preparing a little bit earlier this round than normal. I'm hearing from some creators that your machines are due to be filled very soon. Did you kind of up the due date a little bit, and perhaps we're going to see a shopping guide complete even sooner than ever, maybe? Or am I just dreaming? It's just my wishful thinking. Mm-hmm. All right. All right. I'm just pushing for some shopping guide magic. Yeah. All right. All right. Just more waiting. It's just more waiting. That's fine. I can do it. Wait. All right. So let's put our space age goggles on for a minute and think about the arcade in years to come. What do you guys envision in years to come for the arcade? New space station build. Early access. All right. Well, that about ends our show, guys. Thank you so much for coming. We're looking forward to the September round. Again, make sure that you hit up Marianne for chat rights in the arcade group, so that you can see the previews and stuff. And yeah, not to mention the fact that we all need the LM to the new place so that we can get ready to jump in there. And thank you guys for everything that you do that has led up to this point, and we can't wait to have more amazing years with the arcade event. It's been a great audience, guys. Just stay in your seats. Also, again, make sure that you're not away or don't have yourself set to auto response or something that's going to bounce your gift. The gift is right here next to me, leaning up against the bench. It's this really nice, I think the man in the leopard fur coat did this painting of Archie.
Yes.
Yes, it's amazing. It's lovely, and it's only available here, so hold on tight to yours, and please remember that there is no selling of Gacha Show gifts in the Gachatopia group or on the sim. And thank you, and I would normally, again, I would announce our next show, but that isn't going to be happening for a couple of months, but keep your eye out on the Gachatopia group as well for what we have coming, which is super duper exciting, and also to enhance your trading experience, because we've got trade in there as well. All right, guys, thank you so much. Keep seated, and that's it for the Gacha show. We would have exit music going on right now if we had some, but we don't. Woo!